Now, new details in a CBS Colorado investigation. The Colorado Department of Corrections now says it's moving forward with the full implementation of body-worn cameras for their adult parole division.
This decision comes after your investigator, Karen Morfitt, discovered the department had already purchased cameras, spent years working on a policy before abruptly telling department staff the pilot program was on hold, scrapping it all together and then shelving the equipment.
But internal documents revealed bigger issues with the equipment not working with the department's computer system. Tonight, Karen Morfitt continues her investigation, digging into the second crack of this new program and the new equipment that's coming with it.
We reported in January that the DOC spent roughly $500,000 on the cameras and computer software alone. The DOC never openly admitted to us that the equipment was unusable, but now say they are getting new cameras and offered an opportunity for us to ask one of their officers about the decision to move forward. It's not Doris Dedek's first day on the job.
I started off as a regular community parole officer.
She wears a protective vest, carries a gun, a badge, and soon a camera.
If and when there ever is a sticky situation, you can look back and see the whole story, the full story.
The Motorola body-worn camera, or BWC, strapped onto her gear today is actually part of a now defunct pilot program that the Department of Corrections launched more than 3 years ago for their Division of Adult Parole. A CBS Colorado investigation uncovered internal documents showing a plan to have the cameras fully implemented by 2023 was delayed because of software compatibility issues and policy approval. A parole officer talked with us anonymously in January.
I received an email from CDOC that stated that we are turning in all of our cameras.
Those same documents show all work on the program ended shortly after community parole officer Christine Guerin was killed. She was not wearing a camera, raising questions about if she identified as an officer at the time. It allowed the suspect to claim self-defense.
It would have definitely showed from multiple angles what occurred during that incident.
Now, weeks after that man's sentencing, the Department of Corrections says there's a renewed commitment to get a working system in place. In a statement, a DOC spokesperson says, quote, "While the tragic loss of our community parole officer, Guerin Sandoval, was not the sole reason for expanding the BWC program, it did, in conjunction with an overall review of DAP operations, reaffirm the importance of the utilization of law enforcement equipment for high-risk interactions."
With everything, there's always going to be cons. I think one of the ones is probably, officers might feel like they're constantly being surveillanced.
And on the other hand, Dedek recognized there's also an importance to having one on.
We had just added an officer to the fallen officers memorial that we have. So that just kind of highlights that there is a risk. We're out in the field, we're meeting people sometimes on bad terms, and it could go left.
We asked the DOC who they would be working with going forward and what the cost would be to partner with this new company. They said it's too early to know right now, but that they do hope to have everything in place by the end of the year. Karen Morfitt, covering Colorado First.
Karen, thank you. Karen is your reporter, your neighbor, your investigator. She was born and raised in our great state. Now she's raising her own kids here. If you have an issue you want Karen to check out for you, visit our website, send us an email.